Hey everyone, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Maggie. Today I'm going to be kicking off a low consumption challenge, kind of a low spend, but really focused on things like physical objects. I'm going to talk through my why, my rules, my exceptions, that type of thing, but I'm excited for the next 8 months to be really focused in on using what I already have, being content with what I already have, and breaking the cycle of doom scrolling, which turns into very good advertising that gets me to buy things I probably don't actually need. So if you're interested in this, I will plan to do a monthly kind of check-in. So if that's your vibe, would love for you to stick around. I'm going to put chapters in this video for the different sections and topics that I'm going to be talking about. I have notes here on my phone, and it'll also be a little bit of a stream of consciousness. So let's dive in and start with my why, my goals. So number one is to have fewer things. My husband and I have been living between two different homes. We have a lake home up north in northern Minnesota, and then we have a townhome in the Twin Cities area. So we have a lot of duplicates. We will be spending the winter in the city. So through like September and early October, we kind of like packed up the lake and brought stuff here in the city. So I definitely have more like beauty products than I need. I just have a lot of extras and like doubles of things. So that's a big kind of catalyst for this whole project and initiative for me, is that I have plenty that I need to work through. I also want to be content with what I have. I kind of have fallen into this cycle of like, oh, but if I had that version of a thing, you know, like shoes and accessories and sweaters. I have so many cardigans and sweaters in my closet, but you know, I still want new ones. And it's like, why? You have so many to pick from. You have one in every color. You don't like, what could you possibly need that you don't have, you know? So I want to just sit with the things I have and be a little bit more grateful and content with what I have. I also want to save some money, of course. So if I'm not spending on things that I don't need, if I am intentionally refraining from buying, then I should be able to save some money. My husband and I have some kind of bigger goals in mind for the next 3 to 5 years. And so what better way to start working towards those is, you know, by reducing my incoming things and reducing my Amazon and reducing my Target shopping and all of that. And then a bonus like side quest I'm going to give myself is to earn $500 from selling things on Facebook Marketplace, on Mercari, that type of thing. 500 is a little bit of a scary number for me, but you know, we'll see. Every little bit adds up, and it kind of gives me something to focus on as I probably will do some declutters this winter and probably, you know, really look through what I have, maybe that there's nice enough things that I can sell instead of just throwing into a big donation pile, you know? So those are the main goals. Let's talk about my rules and exceptions. So rules, number one, for all consumables, use what you have. And I have like 5 exclamation points in my notes. So this includes things like beauty products, candles, cleaning supplies, snacks, like even my pantry and my seasonings and our oils and sauces, like anything that's consumable that is meant to be used up, we need to use what we already have in the house. If I truly run out of something, then I can buy it and it'll be really exciting and I will be able to tell you about it. But I'm confident, at least for the first 3 months, I really shouldn't need to buy much of anything. And especially because we just like moved a bunch of stuff from the lake, having to touch everything, pack it, move it, put it back away, it makes you really aware of the things you have. So I'm feeling good there. For accessories, things like jewelry or shoes or, you know, hats, gloves, mittens, those types of things, none. I don't need any. I have plenty. I have more than I need probably. So nothing there. The only exception is a specific pair of shoes. My best friend is getting married in August of next year, and I am in the wedding party. So what I am allowed to buy are my shoes and my dress. Now, will I buy them both? Because I'm going to do this through June. I think I probably would buy like in June or July. So That's going to be my only exception for the accessories category is I am allowed to buy the wedding shoes. I have shoes, but I don't know if she has a certain color or style, whatever she's looking for. So I am allowed to buy shoes for that wedding. So moving into clothes, I also want to be on a very strict replacement only buy. And that's really for things like I have a bra right now that the underwire is like poking out of that I should replace. Like that type of thing where it's truly the piece of clothing isn't really usable anymore, then I'm allowed to repurchase. But, I also have like, I don't know, probably 4 or 5 different white long sleeve t-shirts. So if one gets a hole in it, I don't need to replace it because I have 4 others. So I'm trying to be very strict on the replacement only no buy portion of it. The other thing I'm allowed to buy is if I need new work clothes, which I just bought at the end of October, new work pants because my previous pair, I usually keep 2 pairs of work pants because I work from home. So I usually keep a pair of black pants and a pair of navy pants, like dress pants, for the like 2 occasions a year that I need them, but I needed a different size. They didn't fit. So I've already gotten that. If there's something very specific I need for work, I am allowed to buy that, but I've got to be really intentional about it. And the only thing that's coming to mind for me, to be honest, if I need like a blazer. I don't have any blazers right now, like true like jackets. So if I needed to get 1 or 2, I am allowed, but only if that actually comes up, not because I want to be prepared so I'll buy them, because I fall into that trap. Okay, next is gifts. So I do have a Christmas budget. I've been saving for Christmas. I need to stay within that budget. I also have been saving all year for a birthday gift for myself. So I don't know how much is in that pot. I put extra cash that I have at the end of the month into a piggy bank, and I'm going to open that piggy bank up in December. My birthday's at the very end of December, so I'll probably open it early December. I'll count it up, and I'm allowed to spend that money then on a gift to myself. Any other pop-up gifts. So for example, if somebody announces that they are pregnant and I want to get them something, I can do that. My limit is going to be up to $30. So again, if I have a friend that has a big life event and I want to get them something, if I have a friend that's going through a hard time and just needs like a pick-me-up, I'm allowed to do that. It's one of the ways that I like to show love is with gift giving. But I need to keep it within that $30 limit for those types of kind of random things that come up. For home, I am allowed replacement only on necessary things. No decor, no extra towels or linens, like nothing like that is needed. I am allowed to buy maintenance related things. So for example, I'm allowed to buy air filters for our furnace. I'm allowed to buy batteries if I run out of all of my, AA batteries. Like those types of things I am allowed to buy. But as far as making my home pretty or cute, not really. The last one is hobbies. So I have a couple of hobbies. One obviously is YouTube. I really don't buy much for YouTube because I can film on this camera and my phone films pretty well. So I'm not too worried about that. I also have been getting into coloring. It's been a really nice evening activity while I, listen to a TV show or a movie that's on. I like it because it's not scrolling and, it's just been fun. So my rule there is I'm allowed to buy up to 4 new coloring books between now and June. So I like the big bold ones. They're pretty easy, but that's what I prefer. I already have 4 books right now. I have 2 fall ones and then 2 just general ones. So I picked the number 4 for my coloring book allowance, you would say, is basically for the seasons. So I could have one Christmas themed if I wanted. I could have a winter one, and then I could have a spring and a summer one. That's how I got to 4, because it is kind of fun to have, coloring pages for the season. As far as markers go, I have one set of kind of nicer markers, and then I have a set of regular school supply markers. I feel like I'm pretty good between those. It's not really about the colors that matter to me. It's just that experience that I enjoy. So as colors dry up and I throw them out, if I get to a point where you know, it's really like 5 colors left. Yeah, I can buy another set of markers, but I have to really work through what I have. So those are my main categories. Again, this is really focused on things. So for my husband and I, you know, we enjoy going out to eat. We are kind of like foodies. And now that we're back in the cities, we're excited to go to some of like our fancier restaurants on occasion. So that's allowed. I do want to prefer to eat at home. Obviously, it's more cost effective. I also feel like in a lot of cases we make better food than a lot of places, like unless we're going to, you know, like a steakhouse or like a sushi place or whatever. I feel like a lot of times the food I eat out at, you know, chain restaurants or like mid-tier restaurants, like I could just make that at home. So anyway, we are allowed to go out to eat. We're also allowed to go to events. That's a big part of why we're spending the winter in the cities, is because we have access to the arts, we have access to shows, we have access to comedy, we have access to all sorts of things, and we are allowed to buy tickets for that. So let me talk about exceptions. I think I've already covered some of these, but let's be super clear. I am allowed to buy the shoes and the dress for my friend's wedding because I am in her bridal party. I need, you know, to follow whatever she says, whatever color or style or whatever. So I'm not guaranteed to already have something in my closet. Okay, and then I have special shopping category of my birthday. So for my birthday, like I said, I have a piggy bank of cash that I've been putting money in all year. I don't know how much is in there. When I unstuff it and I count it all, that is my budget, and I can spend it on anything. So I could spend it on a pair of earrings. Even though my rules are no accessories, I could. Like that. If it, let's say it's $200 that I saved, that $200 could be used on anything. Knowing me, I will probably think I want something today and want something different tomorrow. So I don't know what that's going to be yet. I can use it again, like on a pair of earrings if I want, or a new top or whatever. Or I could use it for like, you know, a massage or a facial. Like I get to pick, but that, whatever that dollar amount is kind of part of the exception. It can be used for anything. The other thing I have going on here is I have saved money throughout the year to participate in Black Friday or like the Sephora VIB sale. So the Sephora VIB sale should be going on this week as I post it. I do have a cart put together. I have spent some of this fall shopping money already on some new clothes around Labor Day, but I have $180 set aside that I'm allowed to spend at the Sephora VIB sale. So I have to stay within that budget. I cannot go over, not even by $1. So that is my rule. But I am allowed to buy a couple of things from that sale. Like I said, already have my cart put together. Like I'm going to be good to go. But that is something that I am going to kind of like grandfather in or honor because that was a goal I had earlier in the year. Otherwise, the other one on my list is the work clothes, again, only if it's like truly required. November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. 8 months is my goal. I picked that because I want to do the first half of next year for sure. But I figured, why wait? Let's just add 2 more months on, you know? And then at the end of June and early July, I can reflect and decide what I want the second half of next year to look like. Maybe I continue, maybe I do something different, maybe I just go back to normal. Hopefully I have a new baseline of normal, but that's gonna be kind of the goal. So I will be doing a monthly video. I will share with you if I bought anything. I will share with you if I've been tempted by anything. I also want to share with you if I've like sold anything, did I declutter, like just kind of give you an overall update on the things in my house and how I'm relating to them. So that's going to be my plan. I'm really excited for this. I feel like it's good to do challenges like this time to time to really kind of help you reset. And just because I can order something from Amazon right now doesn't mean I should order something from Amazon. But I think the move from the lake to the city for wintertime really made me like realize I need to like kind of get this in check, because again, the options were basically, do I want to pack this and take care of this thing through the winter, or do I leave it and then I have to deal with it in the spring and summer, or do I donate it? Like we used the opportunity, both my husband and I, to go through our closets, to go through all of that stuff. And we did a really big donation run at the lake. So that felt great. So All of that to say, I'm going to wrap it here. Thanks so much for tuning in. Would love to hear if you are on any sort of low consumption, low spend, no spend, whatever you want to call it, challenge. Would love to hear from you in the comments section. Would love for any of you to join me, even if it's just one rule. Like, I'm not going to buy clothes for 6 months. Like, even if it's one thing instead of a whole list of things that I'm doing. Would love to hear from you and hear how your experience goes over the next few months and all of that. So with that being said, I will wrap it up here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.